A key border crossing into Sudan's embattled Darfur region has reopened, allowing in desperately needed aid. Trucks carrying food used the Adre crossing with Chad, which was closed for 6 months. Millions of people in Sudan have been at risk of famine since war broke out last April. The fighting has cut off the city of Fasher. The International Committee of the Red Cross is appealing to the warring parties to allow supplies into the city where thousands of civilians are trapped. We want to bring in now Patrick Youssef, who is the Africa Director of the International Committee of the Red Cross. He joins us tonight from Geneva. It's good to have you with us. Humanitarian aid has been allowed into Sudan after months now. Do you consider this a ray of hope?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's an extremely important move to allow trucks and humanitarian aid to cross into Darfur region, because the aid was coming into Sudan, but from Port Sudan, and that's the first to be allowed. And that's a very commendable step. I'm very happy to see that WFP has managed to get some trucks in. And now the question is, how can we deliver this food to Al-Fashir? And how can we get much more into the country in a time where the rainy season has started and the trucks and the logistics of it will be extremely difficult to get there. And we hope that the 3 months will be extended and that all the procedures will be clearly spelled out so that we be able to do as our colleagues have done in a quicker and efficient manner as well.
Mr. Youssef, I'm wondering what is standing in the way of bringing aid to Al-Fasher, and also how are hospitals there? How are they coping?
Well, I think we need to be aware that the insecurity is a major obstacle for all humanitarian aid and the delivery of those services. We need people on the ground. We need the conditions to be safe and all the facilitations possible. In the midst of fighting, shelling and bombardments, it's just impossible to be able to get closer to people and listen to their needs and not just distribute food, but indeed look into the situation of health services. Al Saudi Hospital and Al Duain were severely hit. I know that Al Saudi Hospital is just not functioning. All the primary healthcare centers have stopped, I would say, for more than a year now, supporting the population, and that's not sustainable. So it is a great move to start getting trucks in, but again, the gist is in getting closer to people and making sure that the warring parties respect the commitments made in Jeddah, respect international humanitarian law, and allow, again, a better protection for the civilians under their watch.
You mentioned the warring parties, the Sudanese army. It's one of the parties to this conflict. It is boycotting the ongoing peace talks in Geneva, Switzerland, where you are. Is there still hope for any progress, in your opinion?
Well, I wouldn't go as far as calling this a peace agreement. For the time being, I think the simple common denominator is to reach a ceasefire in the most needy places, in the most critical places, in where the concentration of internal displaced or refugees have taken a huge toll on them, on their lives and their livelihoods. And I think, again, while I commend any effort to bring the weapon bearers, the army, the Sudanese army, and the RSF to a negotiation table, I really hope that they first contemplate the importance of preserving the life and dignity of those under their watch and make sure that, again, respecting the lives and dignity of people is through the respect of how they conduct their hostilities. Now, I'm hopeful that with the Adre opening, that there be other measures to be able to deliver aid and make sure that while the war is happening, that the rules of the war be respected.
Patrick Youssef, Africa Director of the International Committee of the Red Cross. We appreciate you taking the time to talk with us this evening. Thank you.